Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats presented by WeTV. In this series, we are interviewing some of our amazing student athletes here at Western Carolina University. Today's guest is Taron Dickens of our football team. How are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Doing well. So go ahead and jump into this. Go ahead and please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do for the football team.
My name is Taron Dickens. I play quarterback here at Western Carolina University, and I'm from Miami, Florida.
So if you don't mind, go ahead and share a memorable moment from your athletics career here so far.
Definitely would say last year at Chattanooga. When we came down, we had to drive for the game-winning drive. Cole Gonzalez took the offense down and got us to midfield, and the kicker kicked the 52-yarder for the game. So I would definitely say last year in Chattanooga.
52-yarder, that's pretty crazy. And kind of talking about Chattanooga, let's talk a little bit about your game against Chattanooga this past weekend and your first full WCU game. So I kind of wanted to hear your take on this past weekend.
Well, I knew coming into the game, I had a lot on my shoulders, knowing I had Messiahs depending on me because it's really playoff football right now. We couldn't lose. And I knew whatever we had to do, we had to execute, and we couldn't come out without the win. So I was coming into the game knowing I just had to execute and do what Coach preached to us all week in practice, is do the little things right. And once we do that, everything else going to fall in place, which it did.
Yeah, it definitely did fall into place with 34 of 48 for your passes. Really, really good game. But yeah, that game, just watching it the entire time, I was, at first, we were talking before, and I was a little bit like, okay, I haven't seen this guy play whole game or anything, and Cole's injured, but then you blew, I think, everybody away. So got to say props to you for that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. What keeps you motivated during those most intense parts of football season?
Knowing I got a team depending on me, I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm really doing this for my seniors and my coaches, because everybody else got a family to feed too. So I really just go into the game knowing I can't play with everybody else's situation. So I just got to do what I got to do to make the best out of the situation for everybody.
Yeah, and kind of going along with that, with the teams, our student athletes talk about the family feel within the teams a lot, and I kind of wanted to hear how that looks to you on your team.
The family, we got a good family bond, you know. We always with each other on and off the field. We eat with each other, sleep together. Not in the same bed, but you get what I'm saying? Like, same house, same everything. We just chill with each other. We just always got that bond going on. We not just together when we at practice and stuff. So I feel like that brings us a lot closer than what it.
Yeah, we have a very special athletics program, and I think it kind of, I would say this all the time, it kind of comes from Western as well, but like, within all of our athletics teams and between our athletics teams, everybody is very family oriented. I think that's something that's pretty special about our team, especially watching the other teams and how they interact.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then kind of moving on from the athletic side to the other side of the interview. This is more than just you as an athlete. It's also you as a student and beyond just student athlete person. So what are you studying and what made you choose that major?
I'm a psychology major right now. And I just really chose it because I wanted to do something that was close to dealing with sports management. And I felt like I could still be able to do sports management classes and stuff like that and get into the sports management league dealing with psychology. So I just chose psychology.
I think psychology is a very interesting perspective to have on the sports management too.
Yes, sir.
Because we hear a lot of student athletes kind of in sports management for that exact reason, wanting to be in that field. But I think psychology brings a different perspective.
Definitely.
How do you manage your time between academics and athletics?
It's kind of tough, but I got to make it happen. You know, we got study hall throughout the day, so I really be having time to do my work inside study hall. And then when I go home and stuff, that's really the only time I got really for my schoolwork, but I got to get it done in order to be on the field.
Yeah, for sure. What are some challenges beyond like the time management that you face as a student athlete, and how do you overcome those?
I knew coming up here was gonna be tough. I had to deal with the same stuff in high school, really. So really, it's just an ongoing cycle that I've been dealing with since I was a little kid, and I just had to get used to it.
Yeah, and very different environment going from Miami to up to the mountains, for sure.
Yeah.
But some of that still carries over with the being involved in academics and also being involved in athletics all the time.
Yes, sir.
How has being a student athlete shaped your college experience?
It shaped my experience a little good. I won't say Really, I don't really have too much to say about that part right there. I just know a student athlete got to be a scholar first, athlete second. So it really just taught me how to grow up faster and become a man way faster than I already expected.
Yeah, I think the student athletes develop a lot of those like skills of being an adult and being independent a lot faster because you are having to do all these different things, juggle these different things earlier than a lot of students are.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on from the student side or the athlete side and more to our lightning round, which is kind of just some short, fun questions with some short little answers from you. So what has your favorite class been at WCU so far?
My favorite class is definitely the sports management class I'm in right now.
What is that class?
It's a sports management class dealing with like leadership skills and stuff like that, how to work on your communication and stuff like that, getting ready to talk around big people and stuff like that.
Nice. And then do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
No, I won't say pregame rituals, to be honest. I just listen to music before the game, put my headphones in, stuff like that.
Just lock in.
Yes, sir.
Who is your favorite sports team or athlete outside of anything at Western?
Definitely Jaden Daniels.
There we go. Just right off the bat, I'm hearing clapping from inside of the studio. So that's exciting. And then favorite post-game meal?
Favorite post-game meal? It would definitely probably be some chicken pasta, something like that. Nothing too crazy.
There we go. And then last question, kind of to tie everything together, what's the best advice you've received as a student athlete, and kind of what advice would you give to incoming student athletes?
The best advice I received probably would be taking school serious, stuff like that. Make sure you get your degree when you're done with football because you don't know what you're going to do after football and you don't know how long you're going to last in this football game because with this football game, it can happen just like that. Your career could be over with. But advice I got to give to the student athletes is don't take this for granted. Feel me? Class first. You got to be a scholar first to become an athlete and do what you want to do on the field. So yeah, just take school seriously, handle the business always first, and that's really it.
Yeah, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about is that it's a very unique experience, and also it is a pretty intense experience for student athletes. So yeah, not taking it for granted for sure. But that is our last question for the interview. Before we say goodbye, I do want to go ahead and make sure everybody is aware that the effects of Hurricane Helene are still being felt in the region and still is impacting the region heavily. We will be providing links to resources and various ways to donate or volunteer or get any resources you may need or get any support you may need. A full list that WCU's put together. That'll be in the description of this video. But to close us out, thank you for coming on today, Taron. It was a pleasure, and again, great game on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me, boss man.
Of course. We'll see you next time, and go Cats.